I'm Chris Smith with Delta Media Group and Real Estate Marketing and Technology Magazine. One of the biggest keys to buying and selling is connections. Today, I'm joined with Jason and Bree Dencklau of Coldwell Banker Legacy, based in Albuquerque, who understand how important those connections are, and they go above and beyond to stand out in the industry. Thanks for joining me today.
Sure.
Well, let's get started at the very beginning. How did each of you get started working in real estate, and what made you decide to form your own firm?
I'll go first. I have been in the industry since 2004, but licensed since 2006. So I'm on my 17th year. I started my career in Durango, and Albuquerque's home. So I moved back home to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and met this guy. And you can say, can you?
Yeah, I got licensed in 2014 and have been at Coldwell Banker the entire time. Then I met that girl, and
we met selling real estate.
We met here in our office, and got married, and that's when we really
combined forces
and started our team.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
So the team came around because a bunch of people started asking, "Hey, you guys seem to know what you're doing. Can I come learn from you? Can I come work with you?" And it kind of was very organic. It wasn't really we didn't do a whole lot of recruiting or anything like that.
And right now it's evolved over time. We had a much larger team in the beginning, and we have a smaller, kind of more family oriented team right now, which is working really well for us. Mm-hmm. I can be a little bit finicky about our marketing and kind of, I guess, like an element of control about what everyone is sending out. So it's a little bit easier to manage that way, for lack of a better term.
Let's talk a little bit about technology. What real estate technology did you first use when you got started in the business?
Oh, goodness. Well, they still had listing books when I first got started, which was like a binder and with the 3-ring binder. And I had a BlackBerry, and they were brand new. And I think I used mostly Outlook and spreadsheets for my organization for any CRM or database or anything like that. So super, super basic. So it's changed a lot since my start, for sure.
And how have you seen technology evolve since then?
I mean, just the evolution of CRMs, really, and all of the different tools that Jason kind of takes more technology classes than I do. I think if it were up to me, I would I'm like, no, to change sometimes, but once you learn a new program and things get easier, so he can speak a little bit more to probably the technology changes.
My background is I have an MBA in management of technology and how technology integrates with the business. And so that was the very first thing that I did, was start to dive into all the different programs that were out there. And it was wildly overwhelming. Some of them were so clunky, even though they did a lot, they were so clunky, you couldn't use them from your phone. And then, others were so mobile that they didn't do what I wanted it to do. And so and I have a tendency to have kind of shiny object syndrome of, look at this next new thing that real estate offers. And we actually work really well together because we hone in, what do we really need versus what just really looks pretty or, might be the next new thing.
Or what are you really going to use?
And what are we going to use?
Yeah.
And she says it all the time that the best CRM is the CRM that gets used. And so, more than anything. And so how I've seen it evolve is really just, obviously the mobile apps are the future, and how to integrate, lead generation and follow up so that things are happening automatically, and buyers and sellers don't slip through the cracks, as well as allowing us the ability to do most of our job from our phones on the go.
Well, I first want to say thank you for being a part of the Delta Media Group family. We appreciate that, and we're proud to have you on board with us. How long have you been using our technology, and what's your favorite thing about the partnership?
I would say we've been using it since our company brought it on. And so I think that's actually only been about a year or so.
Less than a year.
But we certainly we were excited about the marketing options. I think right now we're really use a lot of the campaigns. And what we really like about them is that you can customize it to yourself. Like there may not be everything I want to send to every person, but we like the customization factor of that. And
I really like the My Customer for Life integration that allows things to be tailored to each individual client, so that it doesn't feel like we're just constantly sending stuff that's not interesting to them. That is a big deal for us. And Bree, like she said, she's very particular about what we send to our people, so that it doesn't come across as spammy, but comes across as adding value. And so she does a really good job of kind of watching what's coming up, and the ability to opt out of certain things as they're coming is, I think, one of the best features that you guys offer, is that it doesn't have to be a one size fits all.
And you guys have a Delta Media Group website. What's one of your favorite features that's on the website?
Go ahead.
I like that. I mean, everybody should have a website that integrates searches, but I like the abundance of resources that you guys have available for us, that buyers and sellers can get information easily. And I love that I don't have to write it or do it.
Well, you guys are busy real estate agents. You have a family, I'm sure plenty of other responsibilities. I have to imagine time's extremely valuable to you. Do you find that the technology in the DeltaNet saves you time? And if so, what are some of the tools that do that?
Just recently, we just came back from Mexico, and we have, Jason and I, our kind of motto for our whole business is value add business. We're trying to provide value to the people that we already know and that have already used us before. So we do a lot of client appreciation events, a lot of, we're having a pie giveaway here at the office tomorrow. And so while we were just recently in Mexico with our family, and I love the message blasts that are so easy. I can either use a card that was created from Delta Media or a card that our company created, and I can upload that, and I can set a delayed response or set a time or a delay send for when I want those things. So things were being sent out, that I had worked on ahead of time while we were gone, so that we could be present on our vacation with our kids.
Yeah, the ability to time messages is huge, because you can time block a certain amount of response time, follow-up time, all of those kinds of things, and then time those things to go out when you want them to go out, rather than needing to be sitting at your computer or sitting on your phone going, now's the time to send it.
Yeah.
And the other part is the set it and forget it options that you guys have, that people are set up on drips, that are set up on communication, and they're set up on things that are tailored to them. So whether it's the campaigns for right after they've finished buying a house, or the first time a lead comes in that, I want to sell my house, but I'm 6 months out, it gives us the ability to kind of set some of that marketing. They go on our board, they go on our follow-up calls, but then in addition to the phone calls and text messages they get from us, they're also being touched with our emails and different things.
Yeah. So it basically allows us the time to do the in-person things that we want to do.
So is it safe to say that some of the tools you find in DeltaNet have helped you with marketing your business?
Of course. Yes.
I know at your brokerage, there's a team of support staff called the Blue Crew. They're there to assist you and, of course, help with using your technology. Tell me how they support you with your tech, and how having a resource like that is beneficial to you.
Well, I use them all the time. I used to do our media myself, and we realized that I'm not a graphic designer, and so we outsource a lot of our, like I said, the different postcards that we send, a lot of our negotiations and who you work with matters postcards that then we integrate into the Delta Media system. But having the marketing department is amazing. They can turn around things back to us quickly with the fonts that I like, and that sort of kind of tailored brand that we have going on, and then we incorporate that with the resources from Delta to be able to send it to everybody easily, whether it's through text or email or any of those things.
Yeah, they let us be professionals at what we're really good at, and we don't have to be IT. We don't have to be the computer savvy as we would have to be if we were trying to do it all ourselves. And so it's nice to be able to pick up the phone and get a quick answer. It's nice to be able to call, and they spend so much time in the Delta Media Group applications that they're kind of our first line of questions.
Mhm.
If we ever have an issue or just don't quite understand, we call them first. And then we would turn to YouTube, of course, because you guys are really good about having your YouTube videos out there.
Are there any other resources out there that you found helpful in training and learning to use technology?
I think interviews like this are helpful. I think anytime video, I'm the king of YouTube when it comes to if I don't know how to
camper.
fixing my camper or changing out a thermostat, a quick YouTube search can usually solve most 90% of your problems. And so especially because they can literally do it right in front of you and show you exactly what you need to do. And that's one of the things I think that was most appealing that caused our company to sign on with you guys was that you guys made it easy to get your problems solved.
Fantastic. The theme for this issue of Real Estate Marketing and Technology magazine is all about AI. Have you tried using any AI platforms like ChatGPT yet? And if you have, what are your thoughts on that technology?
I think it's great. I don't think it's ever, I don't want to say ever, but I think it's going to be really hard for it to ever replace a human set of eyes and ears that have walked through a house. But it's cut down, I use a lot with our property descriptions on the MLS. And I don't just copy and paste, but I type in the features that I want, and then it gives me, because I found that I can repeat myself using the same phrase over and over again in different houses, and good bones and things like that are just, they're a little bit overused. And I think ChatGPT gives you the ability to write in the characteristics of the house, have something fresh get written for you, and then you edit it to, number one, sound like I wrote it, and number two, check for things like fair housing issues that can come up and those kinds of things.
Yeah, I think if nothing else, it's great for ideation of ideas or different ways to phrase things, for sure.
And it's a big time saver.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Are you aware of the new AI integrations that are coming to DeltaNet? It's going to help with things like marketing, content creation, and communication.
I'm not, and I'm excited to hear about what it is.
Like, we know that it's coming, but
we know it's coming, but we're not sure what exactly it is.
Well, I've had a chance to see it a little bit, and it's pretty nice to have built into the system. So we're excited to get it rolled out, hopefully sooner than later. Great. How do you feel that integration is going to be beneficial for you once we do get it rolled out?
Well, one of the things that even though we've only been with you a year, one of the things I appreciate about Delta is that you guys don't roll out things until they're ready. Even with DeltaNet 7, it came out a little bit later than what we thought it was going to, but it was because you were working out the kinks. And that's the kind of thing that I appreciate, is that, we're not the guinea pigs. You guys are working out the kinks before you roll it out, so that we're not wasting our time. And that's the whole point of working with a company like you guys.
Right.
But I like the idea of having AI help us with some of our whether it's drip campaigns or other marketing that we're trying to do, those kinds of things. And I think we're just starting to scratch the surface of what AI can do when it comes to real estate and marketing.
Well, aside from the new AI integrations that we have, we're also excited to say that we're rolling out a new product. It's designed specifically for teams. Now, as a real estate team yourself, what are some of the tools that you would like to see available in a product like that?
For us, for sure, contract management, and I'm a big fan of a checklist. And I think a checklist is only as good as the person who uses it. And so to have everything in one system where we're doing our marketing and we don't have to have another system that has a checklist where a transaction manager or assistant or a buyer's agent or whatever can log into your system and be able to see where you're at in the process, mark other things off, assign certain tasks to different people on the team, whether that's sign installation or, marketing material or whatever that may be, but some sort of integrative checklist and contract management.
Yeah, when you're dealing with multiple contracts at the same time, the checklists, so we actually downsized when we joined up with Delta. We went from like 4 or 5 different systems we were using that had our database in it down to 2, and we would have been able to go all the way down to 1 had we been able to put checklists into the DeltaNet 7. So that is by far the one thing, because my wife is fantastic with checklists and building out great checklists that things just don't slip through the cracks. But we've maintained one other system to handle this checklist for us for right now. And,
Part of it is so you
that's
can
our
see,
plea.
yeah. So add that, do that for
Add
us.
that to our list, so we could eliminate the other option for ourselves.
2024 is just around the corner. What are some of the goals that you have for the future of the real estate team? And are there any special plans that are in place for the coming year?
Well, we always do a business plan. We always do our vision boards and our things that we do with the team every year. And I mean, like I would say it's kind of more of what we're doing that already works is our in-person, events and things like that we'll still be doing. And but a lot of it is for education with our team and to be able to properly explain what's happening with market changes and coming from a much more professional standpoint of the changes that we saw that happened during COVID and the market height and, everything that's changing with interest rates and everything that you hear on the media and explaining how real estate is such a local, you can't take national news and apply it locally. And so a lot of it has to do, I think, with education of our team so that we're representing, our team and our brand really well.
I would say helping our team get to their production levels. We have a lifestyle, with two little ones. We have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and we love, traveling with them. We love doing things with them, and we also love being present with them. And so we don't necessarily want to produce a ton more than we currently do, but we would like to see our team's production kind of increase and help them accomplish their goals at the same time. We're going to continue to.
We'll always produce.
Yeah, we'll always produce. We know we are, but helping them get to that stage where they know it doesn't matter what market, whether it's, the crazy 2021 market or, the recession in 2008, that you can, I had a phone call from my brother when interest rates shot up and he asked me if we were going to be okay. And I said, well, luckily we've already built our business and our people trust us. And when markets shift in a down fashion, people tend to rely on people who are number one, on top of their technology and in communication, but number two, have already proven their success. And so helping our newer agents on our team get to that level so that people continue to trust them regardless of the market is really important to us.
All goes back to that connection you have with your clientele, correct?
Yes, yeah.
All right. Well, Bree, Jason, I appreciate you taking time to share your insights with me today. It's clear you have a ton of success coming your way in the future. So let's meet up and talk about that again down the line, okay?
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.